Hi, this is Clayton Skinner. Hi, I'm Clayton Skinner. My name is Clayton Skinner. My name is Clayton Skinner. Welcome back to Beyond the Beat. Welcome back to Beyond the Beat. Welcome to Beyond the Beat. Hello, my name is Clayton Skinner. This is Beyond the Beat. And welcome back to my Polyrhythms 101 series. In this episode, I'm going to show you more 6/4. So first things first, I want you to ignore the time signature that it says on the page. The only way that I could get most of these to work on the program that I used to create PDFs was to actually tell it to, or write it out in 6/4. A couple of these rhythms of these exercises that are on this PDF technically can't be written out properly because those rhythms don't exist. They were figured out and they haven't really been, I don't know, adapted. So the program I used doesn't recognize them, so I had to do everything in 6/4. So just ignore that and we'll carry on. Anyway, exercise 1. Exercise 1. We've already done exercise 1. We did exercise 1, or exercise 1 was exercise 1 in the last video about 6/4. By taking triplets with the bass drum underneath and accenting specifically on the right hand. This is technically the same thing. I just wrote it out differently, and I wanted to write it out differently because I wanted to show you that you can play the pulse, 6 pulse, by putting a specific note between it. And I didn't want it to be a triplet. You could always write it out as a triplet. You'd be right. The way I wrote it out is actually wrong. It's not supposed to be written like that. But anyway, it's just a way of playing around, playing a 6 pulse over a 6 counter rhythm over a 4 basic pulse, while maintaining the second hand playing between it. So technically, like I said, it's just a triplet where you're accenting on your right hand specifically. Give it a try. Try playing it all over the place. Watch my demonstration, and you'll get an idea what's going on. Exercise 2 is one of those patterns that we cannot technically write out properly. There is no rhythm based on this method, any true rhythm based on this method. I mean, obviously what we're doing here is legitimate, it's just there's no way of actually writing it out properly where it actually makes sense mathematically. So, what we're going to be doing is, although this is not technically 6/4, technically, being 6 times 4 being this actually 24/4, we're going to be keeping the 6/4 context by adding a pulse, like we did in the last exercise, by adding a pulse where each one of those 6 counter rhythms would be. And the pulse is then followed by, well, it is then accompanied by 6 sets of 4 16th notes. And you can see that on the PDF. If you're looking at it, you'll see 6 sets, 4 16th notes, and each one of them has an accent above it, creating 6 accents over top of the bass drum pattern. So, this is a really fun one. This one can be done in many different ways, and it can be done with many different techniques. For instance, you could do this with the molar push-pull, or the bouncing rhythms. You could do it where by bouncing in 4s, it could be done using this polyrhythm. Exercise 3, again, one of those rhythms that can't be written out. We're going to be doing the same concept as last time with the 6 as a pulse, only this time rather than playing 16th notes, we're going to be playing triplets. This one is a lot trickier than the last one because you have to play triplets. Triplets are obviously an odd number of hits, which then means that you have to alternate your hands as each pulse goes by. Once you get it though, this one is amazing. You can do this in absolutely anything because it doesn't require as much speed as the last one does. The last one you can really only do during like slower tempos. This one you can do pretty much anywhere. So I'm going to give you a demonstration of lots of different ways that you can play it. So I'd advise you have fun with this one because this is definitely one of my favorite polyrhythms to play. So like I've always told you, use a metronome. It's very important when practicing polyrhythms that you use a metronome because it is very, very easy to learn these wrong. It's very, very easy to not have accurate timing. If you're playing with a band, you're the one supposed to be keeping time. If you're screwing around with polyrhythms, that's a really good way of screwing everything up. Just thought I'd leave it with that. No pressure. So that's it for this episode. If you want to get a hold of me, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, you can get a hold of me right here on YouTube. You can get a hold of me at claytonskinner.com through the email section, Facebook at claytonskinner.com, Twitter, twitter.com/claytonskinner. Anyway, hope to hear from you. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you next time.